Gat Ba National Park, at the heart of Gat Ba Archipelago Biosphere Reserve, is home to a diverse range of unique and precious fauna and flora species. The park also possesses high-quality examples of representative ecosystem, beautiful nature, and a fresh environment. Gat Ba Archipelago Biosphere Reserve was recognized by the UNESCO in 2004 for its significant ecology and biodiversity values. The park is situated 45 km east of Haiphong City within the Gat Ba Archipelago of Gat Hai District and is approximately 150 km southeast of Hanoi. The park borders with Ha Long Bay to the north. Total area of the park is 16,196.8 hectares, of which 10,931.7 hectares is terrestrial ecosystems or islands, and 5,265.1 hectares is marine area. The park looks like a giant green carpet with a subtle variation between the shades of the forest and the sea. The east and northern portions of the park connect with the World Heritage Site of Ha Long Bay. Gat Ba National Park was established on March 31, 1986, under the Decision No. 79 CT of the President of the Council of Ministers and Prime Minister. Today, the park is one of the most important nature reserves in Vietnam, and it is divided into 3 zones, including the strictly protected area, 4,914.6 hectares, Ecological Recovery Zone, 11,094 hectares, Administrative Services, 93.1 hectares. The key functions and tasks of the national park are conservation, scientific research, ecotourism, and environmental education, and assistance to local community development. The park is responsible for protecting the entire forest and marine ecosystems, biodiversity values, genetic resources, the endemic and endangered species of fauna and flora, the unique geomorphology, geology, natural landscapes, relics, historical sites, and tourism resources. Scientific research to contribute to conservation and sustainable development of natural resources, preservation of the endemic and endangered genes, which are in danger of becoming extinct. Take advantage of the natural landscapes to develop ecotourism, sightseeing, and vacation opportunities. Guides and support people in the buffer zone of the park to change their livelihood, create more jobs, and afford them the opportunity to take part in conservation activities that integrate with ecotourism services and contribute to the local socio-economic development. Coming to Gat Ba National Park, we have chance to discover a lot of interesting things, including great variety of ecosystems, landscapes, and seascape. The park boasts a special ecological ecosystem in Vietnam that includes forest on limestone islands, wetland mangrove, and marine ecology. The variation of the Earth's crust millions of years ago, along with the characteristics of geomorphology and geology, have created famous places such as Cao Vọng Peak, Frog Home, Lan Ha Bay, and 367 large and small stone islands with many different shapes. Diversity here often refers to forest resources. Due to the geological condition, climate, hydrology of the region has developed into a type of tropical evergreen rainforest. Because of this, Gat Ba Forest is considered a unique example of forest on limestone in the northeast coast of Vietnam. Most of the forest here is evergreen tropical rainforest, but due to the conditions of topography and hydrology, there exist several subtypes of forest, including forested limestone mountains, coastal mangroves, and flooded forest on Cross Mountains. There are also a few examples of the original forests, especially at Kim Giao, near the park's headquarters of flooded willow forest at Frog Pond. Surveys on the island initially identified 1,561 vascular plant species, including 469 species of timber trees, 661 medical plant species, 196 edible plant species, 203 species of ornamental plants and shade trees. Among these, 72 are species listed in the Vietnam Red Book. And the IUCN Red List in 2004 has 29 species, with one newly recorded species, Cycas tropophylla. Some typical are Lathois or Chucrasia tabularis, Gimzao or Podocarpus, Gok Hat Long or Cycas tropophylla, Sinmut or Madhuga basquieri, Lahoy or As sylvestris, and many more. In recent years, the park has implemented efficiency studies of mixed species plantations at the foot of limestone mountains. There are 3 groups of trees have been selected to improve the forest situation. In addition, the park also preserves 15 species of orchids and 17 species of palm and fruit trees. Due to its specific characteristics and natural condition, Gat Ba National Park is home to 338 terrestrial animal species, including 53 species of mammal, 205 species of birds, 55 species of reptile, and 25 amphibian species, 274 insect and butterfly species, 44 species of fungus, among which 36 species are listed rare and endemic in the Vietnam Red Book and the IUCN Red List. Most noticeable of which is Gat Ba lengo, the Chachipithecus poliocephalus, a species endemic to Gat Ba and listed by IUCN as one of the 25 world top most endangered primates. There are less than 60 Gat Ba langurs left in the world now, and they and their habitat are of great importance for the conservation programs within the park. Their habitat areas have been listed as strictly protected areas. Along with the rare species of animals, the serow is a large animal living on Gat Ba that has been placed in a conservation program to preserve its genetic lineage. The program identifies 7 areas where appropriate living conditions of serow exist and has made them a conservation priority, along with 20 species of plants that are serow's food. According to estimates, the number of serow remaining in Gat Ba Island is about 24 individuals. In recent years, new species have been found in Gat Ba, such as the Hat Long palm, Gat Ba leopard geckos, and 2 special kinds of bats. In addition to fabulous biodiversity, Gat Ba also possesses many natural landscapes, majestic caves, famous relics, and historical sites. This contributes Gat Ba becoming one of thriving ecotourism and scientific research areas in northern Vietnam. Covering an area of over 5,000 hectares, the Park Sea possesses invaluable marine resources. According to scientific reports, there are over 1,131 marine animal and plant species, including 196 species of sea fish, 538 species of zoobanthos, 75 species of seagrass, 199 species of phytoplankton, 89 species of zooplankton, 193 species of corals, and 23 mangrove species. Gat Ba is also famous for other sea specialties, such as Gatu or Scombriformis, Gachim or Carans gallus, squid, lobster, crab, pearl shells, snout-outer clam, and blood orb. With a significant location and the important biodiversity reserves, the park is known as a storage area of genetic resources, rare plants and animals of the Biosphere Reserve, and also acknowledged as a green lung of humanity, a vacation resort, and a world natural beautiful site. Located in Gatba Archipelago Island, the park is a tourist attraction place which receives hundreds of thousands of domestic and foreign visitors each year. The endemic biodiversity, topography, geomorphology, system rocky, imposing caves, charming bay, romantic natural beaches, attractive seafood brings interesting things and new surprises to visitors. Routes in and through the national park are a combination of forest and sea travel, including morning treks in the forest and afternoon sea trips. The trail to Kim Sao Forest, Ngự Lâm Peak, Chung Chang Cave, or the trail through the forest to the Frog Pond, Viet Hai Village, and onto Lan Ha Bay, Vân Bôi, Nam Cat, and Cat Dứa beaches are excellent examples of hikes one may take on the island. The trail to Kim Sao, Ngự Lâm. Kim Sao is about 150 meters above sea level. Visitors reach the top by walking up slopes, gently steps, and will feel that they are in a special space under the forest canopy. This is a true tropical forest with a wide variety of tree species. The temperature here is lower outside than in the open. The air is full with the noise of cicadas and insects. The path narrows as it rises, but grows more interesting, and depending on the fortune of the trip, visitors may see a wide variety of bird species. The harmony of singing birds and cicadas make the space here full of sound like the symphony of forest music. Kim Sao is a broad-leaved conifer and precious timber tree. A forest with thousands of vertical Kim Sao tree trunks creates a romantic and peaceful destination for visitors to take a rest, relax, and have a chance to feel the values of nature to the life. When accompanied by a park guide who has knowledge about the fauna and flora, you will learn the special properties of many plants. After about 30 minutes in hiking normal speed in the forest, you will approach the Kim Sao summit. At this time, you will forget the crowded city life and feel it replaced by a feeling of peace in the fresh and cool atmosphere found under the tree canopy. There, the Kim Sao summit is another 2 kilometers of hiking. The trail is hard, but it is interesting for tourists who love discovering nature. Along the way, you will see many species of creatures such as snails, spiders, stick insects, lizard shapes and colors with very fancy. We have entered a world of diverse and lively insects. According to statistics, there are 274 insect species here. When night falls, the entire space of the forest becomes their world. It seems that all activities of the animals strengthen on the trunks and branches of the trees. It is interesting to encounter the mountain crab crawling on the trunk. It has a beautiful red color and its legs are longer than normal crab's legs. It runs fast and when disturbed by noise. The guides should let you know that the beautiful red crab is male and a dark purple crab is female. By the time you get to Ngự Lâm Peak, you will feel like a winner. From the top, you can contemplate a lovely imposing scenery with panoramic view of the park's huge area. the route to Phra Pan, Viet Hai. This trail is attractive to scientists. The tourists who love discovering or trekking because this trail is harder and more sloping than the trail to Kim Sao Lut Lam. But on